Hey you guys, welcome to the world of BitCraft. Today's video is going to just be me founding my first settlement in BitCraft Online. In case you didn't know, BitCraft is an open world sandbox social MMO. There are a few survival elements in it like eating and different hot and cold mechanics, but for the most part it has a player-driven economy where player action and interaction really matters. You can change the world, you can terraform everything. The area that my settlement will be placed within is a persistent world, meaning that this whole world is always available to be accessed in real time. All of these little markers are other players' settlements. Trade goes on between them. Adventures are had all around these server chunks. And if you need an idea of how big these worlds are, look at this. It is absolutely insane. So anyway, I have found a really nice little shore within an empire that I would like to try and tame. I'd like to try and tame the wilderness. So the first thing we're going to do is plop down a settlement marker, and then I will talk a little bit more about the game and get into a little bit about why I'm playing BitCraft and what originally drew me to it, because normally I don't play games like top-down 2D games like this, but there are reasons and things behind all of that. So anyway, if I hit B, I will be able to place this little pack that I have on my back. These are all of the materials that I have been building up over the past week and a half. It is a very grind heavy game, but the cool thing about it is you can queue up gathering and crafting actions as you go and do other things around the house. So I have kids, I run a home, I run a farm, I have all kinds of stuff I need to do during the day. So it's really cool to queue up something that takes 10 minutes for my little dude here to craft, and then I come back and it's done and I can progress. So anyway, I find that really satisfying. So I'm going to go ahead and too close to another claim. Is it because there's a cave here maybe? That could be what the issue is. So this right here is a little cave, and I don't think it wants settlements to be built around a cave because caves should be accessible by all. So I'm going to move down a tiny bit and we're going to see if I can change that. Okay, let's try again, shall we? So let's try here. How about this? Actually, how far into the water is it? I don't want it too far into the water. Bring it back a bit. That seems pretty good. There, let's try this now. Fingers crossed this works. Here we go. Claim tech and supplies. Okay, this is so exciting. As I said, this is my first time doing this. I'm a relatively new player to the game, so I'll figure this out as we go. Claims must be maintained through a continuous amount of supplies deposited at the claim totem by any members of the claim. In addition to being used to upkeep the claim, supplies can also be used to upgrade the claim's membership counts, supply pool, and maximum claimable terrain through upgrades found in the Research tab. To extend your claimed area, open the B Build menu and then go to the Claim tab. Okay, so that's how I would extend it. So look, we have a claim now. This is really cool. How long do I have? Okay, so I actually have 26 days available on this claim upon placing it, which is really nice because, as I said, I did grind for a really long time to be able to place this down. So I guess really quickly, I can also show you what I've been working on, the progress I've made so far. My plan is really to, every month, do a BitCraft video and just show my updated progress, because as I said, this game takes a long time. But anyway, because I have played, let's see, is my little thing out? Where's my little pet? Where'd it go? There it is. So this little cube, this is a cube pet that I got, Star something or other, Star Shard pet that I got for signing up for the early access on Steam. And then this is an owl pet that I picked up. Look how cute it is. But these are very early versions of pets that are going to be in the game. They're going to have a ton more, and most of them are going to be rare or more difficult than just going around and picking up a piece of wood or something. Okay, so the next thing that I have worked pretty hard to do is get my upgraded, improved wagon, which is actually back at a different place. So let me recall it, and then I will call it again. And then I have a personal cache, which I can store all kinds of things in. And I have a rideable goat. There's a deer mount that I have to save up money to unlock. But once I do that, I will have a deer mount that I will be able to ride around, not just this goat. So the really cool thing about this game is it's all about resource collection and crafting, just like the name says, craft. And bit is very appropriate because you do a little bit at a time. I'm not sure if that's why it was named that, but you do little bits that eventually lead to big progress. So this cart is almost, or this wagon is almost done recovering. It's an improved wagon. So let me show you my wagon. All right, so here's the wagon. Now, well, my little bird fell asleep there for a minute. This is how much storage my wagon has. So it can hold 10 pieces of cargo, which would be bigger items like when you chop a tree, you get massive chunks from the tree that you put in these. And then obviously smaller items like my fish fillets I have can go in. But when you start the game, you start with... Let me collect that again back to my vault. But when you start the game, you start with things like this. So this is just a regular little cart. So I will deploy that to show you the difference. And the reason I'm showing you this is because the progression feels really good. So you start with this little cart. I'm lagging out. Hold on. There we go. So look at this storage in comparison. You can only hold one stack of a particular type of cargo. That's it. So you go from this to a regular wagon, and then mine is the improved wagon. And then there's another wagon you can get after that. There are ships, there are different mounts, as I said. Let me show you my mount. My goat. Here's my goat. So you can have a cart or a wagon, one out at once. You can have one mount out at once, and you can have, I have my little raft, who's just chilling down here. You can have one type of ship out at once. Look at all these fish here, ripe for the picking. So anyway, that is what I have kind of been working on so far in BitCraft. So now that I have my settlement down, I have to figure out how exactly I want to change the landscape in a way that suits my goals for my claim. So I think at some point I'm going to claim this little bit of land there. But what I want to do is sell these pets. So like there's an RNG chance if you dig a pile of sand that so like this, I can't dig this because I don't have the right skill level to dig it, but I can find some sand somewhere. And if you dig the sand, there's a chance as you're digging that you gain access to a cute little like fluffy pet thing, and people will pay a ton of money for it. And so my plan is to try and supply people with this thing, which is why I also wanted to be on this big bay here. I guess you could call it a bay, because I have easy access to some pretty big Empire hubs. And where is it? Wold Cross isn't that far away, so I can just sail across, grab what I need, and sail back. And I really like sailing. And yes, there's fishing, all different kinds of fish, all different kinds of ships. So I'll show you what the gathering looks like. So there's just a bar, and it goes down. And so like I could get up right now and just go do whatever I need to do around the house. I have lots of little things that I have to do throughout my day. As I said earlier, I have a farm. I go out, do stuff at the garden, come back in, queue up some more stuff. So that's what that looks like. And then your skill will go up as you collect. So yeah, when I don't have a lot of time to play, this game is great for still feeling like you can hop into a game world every now and then, make a little progress, and then come back later after you do all that real world stuff that you have to go get done. And I'm absolutely loving it. As I said, it is all player driven. So like I'm going to be able to come into the capital city of this Koyo Empire, and I'm going to be able to trade my goods, collect what I need from them, come back to my settlement, build it up a little bit, and just really work on planning it out. I am a huge fan of living within persistent worlds in games. I played Worm Online. ArcAge had a very similar system, although the world was not changeable like BitCraft's is or Worm Online's world is. Ashes of Creation is going to be going for a similar vibe, as well as Fractured Online. But honestly, BitCraft has been so fun and borderline addictive. I saw all of these videos titled like, well, there goes my life. I'm going to lose my life to this new open world sandbox MMO. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll probably play a few hours, enjoy my time, and then shelf it. But like, they weren't lying. The guys who have designed this, the guys and gals who have designed this, I think really understand what players are looking for who are into games like this. You know, right down to the idea of being able to walk away and go do something else around the house. It's really well done. I love the stylized art. As I said earlier, I usually don't play 2D stylized games, but this is really, really charming, and it's a breath of fresh air compared to all of the very similar and samey looking Unreal Engine 5 MMORPGs that have been popping up. So that's another +1 for BitCraft for me. The settlement will be here for anyone who wants to stop by. I'm not actively recruiting or anything. I'm just going to get like tier 2 and tier 3 benches built up, and then I'm going to rely on other player settlements beyond that, because honestly, the nature of the game is to work with other people, unless you do want to go up level everything yourself. I mean, I feel like that would be quite a task, but hey, I have a lot of tasks of my own around the farm, so it may not be out of the realm of possibility to just leave this up all the time while I'm doing stuff myself around the farm and be passively working on my skills as I go. Totally possible. There's not a lot of threat of danger. It's very chill. It's very relaxed, and I'm absolutely loving it. If you are a player like me who does like these slower, grindier, persistent type games, then I do definitely recommend it. I really want to like hammer home how grindy it is though. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's very satisfying for people like me who like that kind of thing. It's a much more slower, relaxed, chill game. And as I said, it's perfect for people who don't have a lot of time to actively sit and play. It's great for people who have to be around the house doing stuff all the time, but maybe don't have the time of day to sit through a couple hours of active gameplay. I figure I can explain a little bit more about the game as I start clearing some of these resources out of the claim area so that I can have I can see the lay of the land a little bit better and start planning how I want to terraform it. So as you can see, I am chopping some ore chunks. This is a tier 2 ore. So right now I have 27 mining skill. Once I get to 30, I will be able to chop tier 3, or I should say mine tier 3 ore as soon as I get the appropriate tools. So I'm just going to clear what I can here. I have let's see, a tier 4 tree that I can't clear. But it's okay, I will grind my way to tier 4 eventually. I'm in no rush. This is going to take as long as it takes. Super chill, super relaxed. But anyway, this is kind of how the storage works. And as I said, it's really satisfying system. So I can hold one big cargo in my inventory, whereas this thing can hold tons of them. And then my goat even can hold different types of cargo as well. So the goat can't hold smaller items, but it can still help you out, like if you need to transfer goods from one cart to a ship, or from a ship to a cart or something like that. But let me show you all of the skills in case you're like totally new to BitCraft and don't really know too much about it. We've got carpentry, which is obviously wood goods. Farming, there's a few different types of tiered farming foods that you can, well, crops I should say, that you can farm that you can then turn into food. Food is very important, helps with your stamina regeneration, which we'll see here in just a minute as my character is about to run out of stamina. So as you are doing all this stuff, your character does use up stamina, and then if you just like wait a second, it'll fill back up again. But as you can see, I have level 2 food regen because I just ate some of my food that I have been able to cook. So anyway, moving on, there's fishing, foraging, which is just like picking up plant life, mushrooms, digging sand and clay. There's forestry, which is just chopping trees. Hunting, which is bringing back carcasses to get pelts from them. Leatherworking is turning those pelts into leather that you can use. Masonry. Mining, you can be a scholar, a scholar is needed for a lot of upgrades, as well as potions. I have some potions in my inventory that scholars make. You've got smithing, which obviously helps you make all of your tools, and then you've got tailoring, which can make you cloth gear and things like that. Then, so those are professions. Those are things that you would like spec into. Let me get my guy chopping again. But yeah, this is what I mean about how passive it is like I can just set up my character to chop and I can talk to you guys at the same time. So these are professions, and the developers said that they're kind of hoping that people will specialize in one or two of these, and that way you can become known for like doing one of these things, because as you get like past tier 4, I think it gets extremely grindy. So the idea is that you specialize and then you trade with other players who do these other things. Everything is interconnected. So like when you fish, you get fish oil. The scholar needs that fish oil in order to make certain things. So all of it is like that. Skill-wise, these are different skills that you can do regardless of what profession you end up getting into. I should also mention you can try and level up all of them, but that would be extremely time consuming. I'm probably going to level them all up to tier 4, and then I will specialize after that. I haven't picked what I want to get into like for sure yet. But anyway, these are the skills you can also get into. So construction would be like that raising and lowering of the land I was talking about, as well as building different things around a settlement or even furniture. Cooking, obviously, is just cooking food. Merchanting, I actually don't know what their plan is for merchanting yet. Sailing, you can get experience, I think, by just sailing ships, but I don't know what else they're going to attach to that. Slayer is just going out and taking on aggressive creatures that are out in the world. The more layers of Slayer you unlock, the more types of weapon you can equip. I should also mention that with sailing, the higher level your sailing is, the different types of ships you can unlock. And then taming, you can unlock various animals through taming. I wish I could see progression, but that hasn't been added yet. So there's like an ox that you can unlock. So currently I have unlocked the goat and the deer, and then there's an ox, and I'm sure they're going to have more. They said they really want to branch out as the game keeps developing horizontally with all of these different things. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. It's this simple. You just pick something you want to do, you set it up, and you let it run. And as I said, I just go do other things. I cook a lot. I tend my garden outside a lot, and then I come back in and character's ready to go on something else. It's really convenient. It gives you just like a little something to look forward to. Sometimes I will just sit here and watch it as I'm like editing or doing something else, but this is really all it is. And my goal with this is I want to chop this node away so that it'll disappear. And as I said, I will be able to get more of a lay of my land. Also, level up my mining. And I will be able to place NPCs here. So I haven't shown this yet, but there are NPCs, and each of those NPCs allows you to turn in tasks in exchange for coin, which is a really nice way to make money in the early game. So I'm going to end up, let's see, I need to find where the closest... Where is even the closest, like, starter area around here? I have a feeling it's going to be, this is where I started. This is where my home is, or was, and I ended up over here. So this is another ancient town. Let's see, are there any other ancient towns that are closer? Because that would be really nice. Ancient towns are not owned by players. I guess they would be what you would call, like, an NPC town. I think that's it. Yeah, so this is going to be quite a journey for me to head over there, or I can just visit the capital and see if maybe I can interact with things at the capital. Maybe that's something we could do real quick while I keep talking. We can go visit the capital and see what all's there, and maybe I can consider joining the Empire. I guess we could talk about empires for just a brief minute. Empires are cosmetic. So really, on the map, people can put real life money into owning one of these colored areas. And the more you put into it, the bigger your empire can expand. But all you get from them, from owning an empire, is the color on the map. You get like cosmetic capes, and they're going to add like things in the future where like your subjects will like do a bow emote at you when you walk by and stuff like that. As far as I know, nothing in the game is locked behind empires beyond those few cosmetic things. So like my settlement is free to exist regardless of where I put it in this empire. The empire has no control over me, but it does have a capital. Ooh, nice, that ore vein disappeared. So that's that done. And that was my first huge change of the world here. My first change to this persistent world. Okay, let me view my wagon storage again, bop this in there, and then we're gonna go take a ride to the empire capital and hopefully not get eaten along the way. So let's head this way and skirt around. So these are, oh, that's an alpha jackal. Maybe I should fight the jackal if it comes after me. I don't think it's gonna, oh, it is. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna take care of this thing. Here we go. We're gonna fight the alpha jackal. Okay. So I need to get my healing potions going. So if I use that healing potion, I get 12 seconds of recovery. And you can use your keyboard to activate each of your skills. So I've got a sword and shield on right now. So I have a little extra defense, I'm assuming, and I need to eat another health potion. So alpha jackals for me are right on the edge of what I can take on. I can take on normal jackals really easily, but if I don't pay attention and eat my health food or my potion, I'd be in trouble. And I'm only wearing basic Pyrrolite armor. So that should be that jackal down. There we go. All right. So now he will have some drops for me. What's he got for me? Jackal Fang and Alpha Jackal Fur. Nice. Okay. So that was that danger cleared. And eventually I will be able to build walls around my settlement so that I don't have to worry about these threats as much. And if you put lights up, threats will stay away as well. So, oh, look at this. There's a road. Look at that. I didn't even know I was building near an area that had a road. So that's really convenient. It looks like the road is going to lead me to the capital. So that's very cool. How convenient is that? But yeah, so see what I mean? These lights will help keep enemies away. And then all of these are things I can hunt. These NPCs, Scroffa. Oh, maybe not. I'm not sure. Can I? Yeah, so they're little pigs. I'm hoping we get them as a pet one day. But anyway, I don't think this is the capital. Am I already here? I think I am. Okay, so here's the capital of the empire where I dropped my settlement. Look at this. They've got fancy walls and everything up. This is a tier 4. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make this my home. Is this a waystone? It is. So I will be able to now teleport between Bluff Shade and this in order to get back and forth, as long as I don't have any cargo in my inventory. If you have cargo in your inventory, you can't teleport, I don't think. So what's this? I don't think I have access to that. But anyway, here are the NPCs I was talking about. So let me get off my mount and I will show you. Oops. All right. So this is Rumbug. If I click trade, oh, it's bugged. It's kind of funny. Rumbug is bugged. I'll have to relog to get that to work. But here are the tasks that I can do. So I can turn in 20 rough planks to him. He'll give me 100 coins and 1,000 merchanting experience. So this is a way to level up a skill without actually like doing the skill. You can just talk to these different NPCs. So he wants bricks and also rough experimental compounds. And I can use all of the workbenches here as well. That's another thing I really like about this game is settlements are more like towns. Like if you think about like an NPC town, they're just owned by players, but everything is open. So like this market I can interact with. This NPC, hopefully he will let me open up the trade. Yeah, so here's what he has. Here's where I got my cart actually. So I got my cart from him. I will be able to buy a Brico business voucher, which means I will be able to then place this guy in my settlement so that I don't have to come all the way to the capital. I say all the way to the capital. It was like a 30-second journey on my goat. So like that's pretty cool. But anyway, let's see. They have kilns here. This is the little sailing merchant. So this is the guy that unlocks sailing. So yeah, they have lots of kilns. They have, oh, if I toggle U, I can see what they have. Fine masonry station, sturdy mining station. Yeah, so I've got everything here I'm gonna need. This is perfect. What was that noise? Please consider repairing any braziers along the road for the good of it all. I certainly will if I figure out how to do that. So yeah, this is all player made, all player driven. I'm happy to be a part of the Empire. I suppose, how do I join the Empire? Let's see if we can figure this out in real time here. How do I join this? How do I join this Empire? Let's see. Oh, here's a town bank. So I can use this bank to store all of my things, which is nice. Let's figure out, welcome to the Empire of Koyo. Work in progress. Please pardon our mess. No problem. I think I might have to level up my settlement before I can join an empire. So like I can do research tasks at my settlement in order to like join the Koyo Empire, which is what I would really like to do. Or, well, let's see, Empire. Join Empire. Here we go. Join Koyo to become a citizen. I figured it out. You go to the claim. I didn't even realize it was there. Yeah, let's join Empire. Nice! Whisperwing joined the Empire. So now I have an Empire cape. Let's see. If I go into my vault, I should have a cape in here. And look at that. I have a Koyo cape. How cool! And yeah, players can kind of design each of their little symbols as well to put on the cape. So that's very neat. Okay. Well, I am excited. I'm excited that it is so convenient to just place down a settlement and then also be so close to a capital area where I can like become a part of things. I don't know anything about the people who run this empire, so I think I'm gonna have to like, I don't know, figure out who all's in charge here and see what I can do to help. But also the other really cool thing is like you don't have to get super involved. You can just kind of do your own thing and like contribute as you go. Every time I use one of these workbenches, they will get paid for it. I think the game puts like coins in their pockets. It doesn't come out of my pockets. It doesn't come out of my piggy bank, but they will get little like deposits of almost like royalties they'll get for me using their workbenches. So it helps them level up. And the same can happen if I do that at my settlement. If I put workbenches up and people just travel through selling their goods or whatever, if they use my leatherworking bench, I will get coins. The game will give me coins. I won't be taking coins from people, but the game system will pay me. It's like a little tax. It's kind of cool. All right, so I'm going to get back to my settlement and I'm going to just continue clearing away everything that I need to clear away. I think that is it for me today, guys. If you have any questions about BitCraft or if you particularly have any questions about what all you need to get a settlement set up, just let me know in the comments and I can try and do a video about it or just answer you in the comments. It's just a lot of resource collection and then finding a place, as you guys saw, that isn't too far away or that is far enough away from another settlement so that everyone's not all crowded and everything. But yeah, I just wanted to like show you all where I'm spending my time when I don't have that much time to spend gaming and I'm a bit busy and out of the office, I guess you could say. I just queue up something in this game, go get my stuff done, come back, and slowly, bit by bit, make my way through BitCraft's progression. Early access game, as I said, not coming out for a while. They still have a lot to add, and I'm really excited to see where they go with it. I think there's so many fun things they could add to this game. Customization, more pets, more RNG stuff, just so many different things, so many directions I could see this game going that I am excited to follow and just keep casually playing as I relax and hopefully get a settlement worth its salt set up. So as I said, that is it for me today, guys. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. I hope you are enjoying your games, particularly if you are hanging out in BitCraft. I will see you all in the next video.